Hello everyone, good morning. Whether my voice is audible to everyone and can you see my presentation? If not, please check my presentation in the list, Vikram Chauhan presentation, and pin on that particular presentation. Okay, Amol Chaitanya. Okay, Nishkalank. We'll wait for 1 to 2 minutes and then we will start. Some students are joining in between. Okay. Okay, so in the last lecture, we have conducted one test on chapter number 2, and that was our last lecture on chapter number 2. Okay, so today we are going to start the new chapter, chapter number 3, capacity planning. Chapter number 3, capacity planning. Okay, so just note down the name of the chapter in your notebook, chapter number 3, capacity planning. Okay, so syllabus of this particular chapter is nothing but the university has provided this syllabus under this particular chapter. The concept, that is nothing but capacity planning concept, measurement of capacity, then measures of capacity, then factors affecting, then capacity planning procedure, then aggregate planning, then investment decision, and last is replacement analysis. Okay, so take down this syllabus: concept, measurement of capacity, measures of capacity, factors affecting capacity planning procedure, aggregate planning, investment decision, and last but not the least, replacement analysis. Okay, please note down the syllabus. I will give 2 minutes. Over. Shall we move ahead? Please note down the syllabus of the chapter in your notebook. Prepare one notebook and maintain it properly. Note down your all the notes in that particular notebook, so it will be easy at the end to understand the concepts related to these particular points. Okay. Okay. So first, we are trying to we'll try to understand this particular capacity planning. Okay, what is meant by capacity planning? Okay, so what is meant by capacity? So one can say that the amount, the maximum amount, one can say that the maximum amount that something can contain. Okay, so this is the one of the meaning of capacity planning. Okay, the maximum amount that something can contain, the maximum amount that something can contain. Okay, So take the example of there is one bowl or a bucket whose capacity is 5 liter. Okay, that means that uh, 5 liter liquid can accommodate in that particular bucket or that particular bowl. Okay, so that is the capacity of that particular bucket or that particular bowl. Okay, so take another one example. The sitting capacity of a hall is 500. Okay, the sitting capacity of hall is 500. So that means 500 people can accommodate or sit in the hall comfortably. Okay, so uh, it is related to the accommodation or fulfilling that uh, particular bowl or that particular hall. Okay, so that is the maximum capacity. Okay, that is the maximum capacity of particular thing. Okay, or something which can contain in that particular uh, we can say that uh, in that particular material, or we in that particular uh, container. Okay, so that will be the maximum capacity of that particular container. Okay, so the second meaning of this particular capacity is very important, and which is related to our subject. Okay, so the second meaning is nothing but the amount that something can produce. Okay, the amount that something can produce. Okay, that is also nothing but a capacity. Okay, so um, take the example, there is one machine and can produce 400 components in a day. Okay, there is one machine and that is that particular machine producing 400 components in a day. So what will be the capacity of that particular machine? What will be the capacity of that particular machine? Okay, so that whatever the capacity, 400 components in a day, will be the capacity of that particular machine. That is 400 units per day is the capacity of machine. 400 units per day is the capacity of machine. Now consider in XYZ company, uh, that particular space is available, and in that space such a machines. Okay, this kinds of a machine, means we can say that the number of machines, uh, uh, 30 number of machines can accommodate the space in that particular plant. Okay, if you are considering that the 30 number of machines can accommodate in one of the plant. Okay, so what will be the capacity of that particular plant? Okay, in the sense of ideal machines, we can say that in the sense of ideal machine, the 30 machines capacity will be the plant capacity. Okay, getting my point? The 30 machines capacity will be the capacity of that particular plant. Okay, getting my point, everyone? So uh, so whatever the production of that particular machine will be considered as the production of that particular plant, or the capacity of that particular 30 machine will be considered as a capacity of that particular plant. Okay, if you are arranging 30 identical machines or accommodating the 30 identical machine in XYZ company. Okay, and that much is the capacity of that particular plant, so that we can say that the space capacity of that particular plant. Okay, so one can accommodate the 30 machines in XYZ plant, and that is the capacity of that particular plant. One can accommodate that much 30 number of machines. So the production capacity of that particular plant will be equal to the capacity of the uh, capacity of that particular 30 machines. Okay, getting my point? What is meant by capacity? So in simple language, I want to explain you what is meant by capacity. So in case of your attendance, you can say that how much lecture you can attend in a day. Okay, so that will be the capacity of your emotion, or we can say that your mental capacity. So one can attend 2 lectures continually. Okay, that is the capacity of that particular person. One can attend 5 lectures continuously. That is the capacity of that particular person. So it will differ person to person. So we can correlate that particular capacity with our day-to-day life methodology, or we can say that day-to-day life uh, our timetable also. Okay, so then this is related to the capacity. So what is meant by planning? So we have seen number of definition on this particular planning, or we have discussed lot many things about this planning in the first chapter. So in management, this is the first and foremost, we can say that, activity to perform to start any production. Okay, first and foremost. Okay, so that is the initial activity that the management has to perform before start of any production, so that we will get a desired results, or we will achieve the desired results. Okay, so in planning, one can decide what is to be done, when is to be done, how it to be done, and who is going to do that. Okay, so that is the part of a planning. Okay, that, once again I will repeat, what is to be done, when is to be done, how it is to be done, and who is going to do. Okay, so this is the part of a planning, and that how to decide at the start of the production, that how to decide at the start of the production. Okay, so in first chapter only we have discussed about the production system. In the first chapter only we have discussed about the production system, and in that particular production system we have drawn one block diagram, and in that block diagram the initial block is related to the input, then second block is related to the conversion process, and the third block is related to the output. Okay, so inputs, that is nothing but, for any company, input is in the form of a man, machine, material, then information and energy. Okay, so and the conversion process is nothing but what, uh, the process which will convert the inputs into outputs. Okay, the processes which are converting the inputs into output, that all the processes comes under the conversion processes. Okay, then the outputs is in the form of goods or services. The outputs is in the form of goods or services. Now one have to plan all the inputs in a such a manner that by consuming less amount of inputs we have to produce maximum amount of outputs. Okay, we have to consume less amounts of inputs, and we have to generate maximum amount of outputs. So that is nothing but what, we have to we try to improve the efficiency of the system. Okay, we try to improve the efficiency of a system, and it is necessary to reduce the cost of a product. It is necessary to reduce the cost of the product. Okay, so for that purpose one should have some knowledge related to the production planning. One should have some knowledge related to the production planning. So to put this all the inputs parameters such as man, machine, material, energy, information, planning is required, and it is necessary part. Then we can say that the conversion process. Okay, to select the proper conversion process and to transfer the inputs effectively into outputs, one should have the proper planning. Then uh, the planning of outputs. Okay, the stock of that particular output products and the operation related to that. Okay, so that is also comes under the production operation. Okay, production operation. So that also one have to manage. So it will comes under the planning category. It will comes under the planning category. Now the effective management of the capacity is the most important responsibility of production management. Okay, so how come it is the most important part of production management? So that we need to understand. Okay, so as we decide, as we learn some part of a forecasting, or we have learned the forecasting in the last chapter. Okay, so most important thing to forecast the future is nothing but what, the customer demand. Okay, it is the main important part to start any production. Okay, so unless and until we don't, if you don't know the market situation of your product, you can't start your production system, or you can't run your production. Okay, because you don't know how much amount of production required to achieve or to satisfy the customer demand. Okay, So if you start producing and if your production is less, then there will be chances of we can say that shortage of your product in the market. And if you produce more, then uh, then it will be the investment, and that will be the burden for the company. Okay, you are investing money to produce that particular component, and if it will not sell, then the cash flow will not be there in the company. So that will be the burden for company, and it will be the dead investment for a long time. Okay, so these are the problems related forecasting. So we have to first of all forecast the future demand on the basis of on the basis of customer demand. We have to start the production system. Okay, or we have to plan for the production system. That is nothing but conversion of inputs into outputs. Okay, so if we know the actual demand in the market, okay, or if you know the forecasted demand in the market, then it will be easy to install the number of machines or to plan the capacity of a production. It will easy to plan the capacity of a production. Okay, capacity, once again I have discussed about this particular capacity. What is meant by capacity? So the amount that something can produce, the amount that something can produce. So produce, who is producing this particular products? The machines are producing these products. And in which location you are producing that particular products? In the factory, in the company, you are going to produce that particular products. Okay, so the capacity planning is the most important responsibility of production management. If you manage the capacity properly, then you can achieve the demand of a customer, or you can achieve the target of your company. Okay, so that the effective management of the capacity is most important responsibility of production management. And the main objective of a capacity management, that is planning and control of capacity, is to match the level of operation to level of a demand. Obviously, we have to match up the demand of the customer, so that our production should be in such a manner that it should achieve the customer demand, or it will match up with the customer demand. Okay, most of the time the capacity planning is to be carried out keeping in mind future growth and expansion plan and market trends and self forecasting. Okay, so always we are saying that uh, the best business is that we should see in the future. Okay, we can see in the future that business will be grow day by day. Okay, so for that purpose we should have the eyes on self forecasting. Okay, if you know, or if you predict properly by using the forecasting technology what will happen in the future, then it will be easy to start planning related to that particular self forecasting. So planning in such a manner that we have to manage the machines, we have to manage the labors, we have to manage the employees, or we can say that the management also, such as engineers, production managers, and we can expand this particular capacity related to the material, related to the machine, related to the human resource, or we can say that employees, according to the demand of the product or the market trend or self forecasting. So this particular capacity planning is to be carried out keeping in mind future growth and expansion plans. Okay, or market trends and self forecasting also. Okay, getting my point related to the capacity planning, everyone? Is there any question? If you have any problem or if you don't understood anything, please ask the question. Or shall we move forward? If you understood everything, then we can move forward. If you have any doubt, please ask now only. Please note down these points. Okay, so it will be easy to remember some of the points related to the capacity planning. Okay, is there any question? Whether my voice is audible to everyone? Okay, is there any question? Shall we move ahead? Okay, okay. So what is mean by capacity? So it is the of upper limit or ceiling on the load that an operating unit can handle. Okay. So here most important thing is nothing but you have to understand the meaning of load. Okay. You have to understand the meaning of load. So load is nothing but what? The machine or the human being, how to perform that particular work in a stipulated time period. That is nothing but a load. So uh, I will give you one example related to our teaching field. Okay, so my load for a day. Okay, consider that I have to conduct 2 lectures and one practical. So it is equal to 4 hours. So today's my load is 4 hours. Okay, so or in case of a machine. Okay, in case of a machine, we can say that the machine or XYZ machine how to produce the 100 components in a day. Okay, how to produce that particular component. So that will be the load for the machine. Okay, understood what is meant by load? Now it is the upper limit or ceiling on the load that an operating unit can handle. Okay, so the maximum load for a particular unit that that particular unit can perform, that is nothing but a capacity. Okay, so maximum load one teacher can perform in 8 hour shift or one in one day. If you consider that there is 8 hour working days for a particular teacher, then there will be a maximum load of 8 hour for a person. Okay, one can say that it can conduct the 4 lecture, that particular person can conduct, or that particular teacher can conduct the 4 lecture, and we can say that the 2 practicals. Okay, so in this manner one can say that the 8 hour load or the 8 hours of a teaching is the maximum load, or we can say that this maximum load or this is the limit for that particular teaching. Okay, afterward you will not be present for the lecture, so or the teacher will out of the capacity. Okay, so that will be the maximum capacity of a teacher. Okay, so in the same manner, in case of a machine, so the maximum load one can give to that particular machine in a stipulated time period. Okay, in a stipulated time period, let us say in 8 hour shift, one machine can produce the 500 components. One machine can produce 500 components. So that is the maximum limit of that particular machine in that particular stipulated time period. Okay, that is the maximum limit of that particular machine in that particular stipulated time period. Or in that particular limited time period, the machine can produce the 500 components. So 500 components per day is the capacity of that particular machine. Okay, is the capacity of that particular machine. So the capacity is nothing but it is the upper limit or ceiling on the load that an operating unit can handle. Okay, getting my point? Everyone getting my point? Now it includes, okay, under this particular capacity term, it will include the equipment, then space, then employee skills also. Okay. Now capacity is the rate of productive capability of a facilities. Okay. Productive capability means one can produce how much component, that is nothing but the capability of that particular machine. Okay, one machine can produce how much component, that is the capability of that particular machine. Now this is the rate of productive capability, means what we have to take with respect to time, that is nothing but per hour, per day, per month. Okay, most of the time in case of a machinery, the capacity is always expressed in form of a time. Okay, or we can say that in case in hours, in days, in months, in years. Okay, so in case of other things, the it may be differ. Okay, we will see the examples of this particular point in the upcoming slide. Okay. So please note down the definition of a capacity. It is the upper limit or ceiling on the load that an operating unit can handle. Okay. It is the upper limit or ceiling on the load that an operating unit can handle. So it includes equipments, space, employee skills, and capacity is the rate of capability of a facility. Okay. So facility is nothing but what? Everything you can consider whatever present in the lab in the plant, that will be the facility, such as machines. If you say that there is a foundry, in a foundry there will be furnace. So there are different types of a furnace. If you consider that there is cupola furnace, there is induction furnace, and the blast furnace also it is present in that particular industry, then it will be considered as a facility. Then it is having some of the grinders. Then there are some gravity die casting procedures. Then there are some machines. Okay. CNC machines, VMC machines. So all this will be considered as a facility of that particular plant. Okay. Facility of that particular plant. Okay. Then there are we can consider that the computers are also there. Then it will include the water treatment plant also. It will include the compressor also. So all these are comes under the capacity. All these are comes under the capacity. So if you take the example of capacity of compressor, so we can say that it will be considered as a cubic meter. Okay, how much cubic meter of air, compressed air, that particular compressor will generate in an hour, 1 hour. That will be the capacity of that particular compressor. Okay. So in this manner, we have to consider the capacity of any machine. Okay. Getting my part? Written everything. Write down the definition. Then capacity is usually expressed as a volume of output per period of time. Okay. Just we have discussed, capacity is usually expressed as volume of output per period of time. Okay. Any question? Any doubt? Shall we move ahead? Okay, shall we move ahead? Whether you are getting the point? Okay. Okay. So then what is meant by capacity planning? Okay. Okay. So planning of the capacity, one can say that what is required to organization, we one have to fulfill that requirement. That is nothing but capacity planning. So capacity planning is the process of determining the production capacity needed by organization to meet changing demand for its product. Okay. So we aware that the market scenario is always changing. Okay. And to cope up with that particular scenario, we have to change our production. Okay. If your demand or your trend is a positive trend in the market, so your business is growing day by day, so in that case we have to accommodate that particular change in our plant, and accordingly we have to expand, or that particular plant have to expand their capacity. So expansion in such a manner that the machines should be installed, new machines or required machines according to the forecasting demand of that particular product in the market. Uh, the plant head or that particular management how to expand the plant in sense of machinery, in sense of labor, in sense of employees, and in sense of a space also. Okay, so this particular capacity planning is the process of determining the production capacity needed by organization to meet changing demand for its production. So while deciding the or while planning that particular capacity, the production manager have to ask, or that particular plant head have to ask these particular questions. Okay, so the basic question in capacity handling are: what kind of a capacity is needed, how much it is needed, and when it is needed. Okay, so what kind means it is particularly related to the what type of capacity, is machine, labor, or any other space capacity, or uh, uh, how much it is needed. Okay, so it will be insisting the quantity, and when it is needed, so it will insist you the time. Okay, whether it is needed now, or whether it is needed in the future, after 1 day, after 4 years, after 5 years. Okay, so that questions will help to production manager to plan for the capacity. So capacity planning is the first step when an organization decide to produce more or new products. Okay, decide to produce more or new products. Okay, so in case of a more production, if you want to produce same product but in a more quantity, so in that case you require more labors. In that case you require more machine. Okay, so capacity planning is related to the planning of the machine also, and planning of the labors also. Then if you want to produce the new products, then you have to think about the machinery required to that particular products. Then you have to think about the space required to about to that particular product. Then you have to think the skill set of the employees required to produce that particular product. Okay, so and one have to think about the conversion process also. Okay, which conversion process need to apply to produce that particular new product also. Okay, so these factors will come, or will combinedly comes under the capacity planning, will combinedly comes under this particular capacity planning. Okay, getting everyone what is meant by capacity planning? So please note down some points related to the capacity planning. If you have any question, please ask. Whether everybody understood this particular point, capacity, what is meant by capacity and what is meant by capacity planning? Okay, please note down the points, some of the points related to this capacity planning. Shall we move ahead? Everyone, shall we move ahead? Have you noted? Please mention in the comment box. Have you noted? And shall we move ahead? Okay. Okay. So The next point related to the capacity is nothing but measurement of capacity. Okay. So now consider that uh, one unit or one plant is having some of the products. Okay. And one special unit to produce the special product. Okay. So there is some, consider that the Hero Honda Splendor unit is there. Okay. So that particular company producing only one motorcycle only. Okay. So that is nothing but Splendor only. Okay. So there is no much complication to find out the capacity of that particular plant, because the company is producing only one product. Okay. The company is producing only one product. So the output of that particular company is nothing but what? Number of motorcycles. The output of that particular company is nothing but what? The number of motorcycles produced in a day, produced in a particular month, or produced in a year. Okay. So that will be the capacity of that particular company. That will be the capacity of that particular company. So it is very easy and simple to measure the capacity of the unit manufacturing homogeneous, tangible products which can be counted. Homogeneous means what? Everything having the same feature, everything having the same material, everything having the same quality tools. So all such a products will be considered as a homogeneous products. Okay, or we can say that identical products, that is nothing but a homogeneous product. And tangible means what? One can touch such a products, or one can feel such a products. That products are nothing but a tangible products. Okay, or visible products. So if the product is visible and tangible, and that particular plant or that particular unit is producing the identical or homogeneous products, then it will be easy to measure the capacity of uh, such a plant or such a unit. Okay. So it will be or the capacity of such units can be expressed in a number of units of outputs per period. Okay, that is nothing but 100 motorcycles per day, or one can say that 30,000 motorcycles per month, or per 6 months, per 1 year. So in this manner, we can express the capacity of such a plant. Okay, so take the example of automobile only. So for automobile units, number of vehicles produced per month will be the capacity of that particular unit for per month. Then in case of a steel plant, okay, so steel plant having only one product, that is nothing but the plant have to produce the steel only. Okay, the plant have to produce the steel only. Then in that case, the millions of tons per annum will be the capacity of that particular plant. Then textile mills. So in case of a textile mills, the meter of cloth per day will be the capacity of that particular textile mills. Okay. So in this manner, we can say that in case of homogeneous and tangible products, it is very easy to count the capacity of the plant, to count the capacity of that particular plant or that particular unit. Okay. Getting my point? Now, next is nothing but in case of a product mix. Okay, product mix, what variety of the products are there. Okay, and the similar kinds of machines are required to produce that particular products. Means what? In on one machines you can produce n number of products. Okay, or on one machines you can perform n number of operation, or the components required for different products can be produced on one machine. Okay, on one machine. Such a or there are n number of machines, and the procedures one can use to produce the n number of products can be installed on that particular machines. Okay, whatever the available machines on the shop floor. Okay, so in that case, it is very difficult to identify the capacity of the plant. Okay, it is very difficult to understand the capacity of that particular plant. Okay, so in such a situation, one how to express the capacity in forms of a man hour or machine hour. Okay, in case of a man hour or machine hour, let us say that one worker can produce 100 identical components in a day. Okay, 100 identical components in a day. Okay, so how much hours will be consumed to produce the 100 components? Obviously, the 8 hours will be consumed to produce that particular 100 components. Okay, so let it be that particular 100 components will be used for 10 different vehicles. Okay, or 10 different products, but we have to consider the man hours. We have to consider the man hours to understand the capacity. Okay, to understand the capacity. So now, in case of large machines, or we can say that the non-conventional machines, or the special purpose machines, the human interface is very less. Okay, human interface with that particular machine is very less, because these machines are semi-automatic or fully automatic. Okay, so in that case, or some case of a fully automatic case, uh, there are some fully automatic machines also will be there. So in that case, where the human interface is very less, in that case, the machine's hours will be considered as a will be considered for the capacity measurement. Will be considered for the capacity measurement. Understanding? So it is difficult to express the capacity when the company manufacture multiple products, and some of the products require common facilities and others specialized facilities. In this situation, measuring capacity is more complicated. In such a situation, the capacity is not expressed as output per period of a time, but usually expressed as man hours or machine hours, or sometimes in terms of applicable resources. In terms of applicable resources. Okay. So the examples are also mentioned over here. A job shop can measure in capacity in machine hours and or man hours. Okay. So job shop production. Okay. Here the job shop is nothing but job shop type of a production. Okay. We have seen the types of a production. Okay. So continuous production, mass production, then batch type of production, and job shop type of production. So in job shop type of production, variety is very less, uh, variety is very high, and volume of production is very less. Okay, volume of production is very less. So to understand this particular job shop production, let us consider the manufacturing of ship. Okay, manufacturing of ship. Okay, jahazaचं manufacturing. Okay, so that will be the job shop. You want to manufacture a Titanic ship. Consider that you have to manufacture the Titanic ship. So the ship will be manufactured in such a manner that the ship will be at the middle, and all the machines will work surrounding to that particular ship. Okay, and it will require uh, 2 to 3 years to manufacture one ship. So whether you will consider that the capacity of that particular company is to will be one machine per 3 years. So it will not be a justice with that particular machine or that particular labor which will work on that particular location. So at that time, one have to think the human hours, how much human hours required to produce that particular product in case of a job shop production, or in case of a specialized component or manufacturing of a specific machine. One have to think about the machine hours. One have to think about the machine hours. Now, another type of a capacity we can see in case of a hospital, where the capacity is measured in a beds per days per month. Okay, so how many beds are occupied in a day, and how many such a days for that particular bed is occupied in a month. Okay, will be the capacity for the hospital. Will be the capacity for the hospital. Now, in case of a transportation, in case of a transportation, the capacity can be expressed in forms of 6 kilometers per month. Okay, so how many seats are occupied for how many kilometers, and how much such a kilometers that particular seat is occupied for a month. Okay, will be the capacity of a transportation system. Will be the capacity of a transportation system. Getting my point? measurement of capacity. Getting my point, everyone? Is there any question? Is there any doubt about this particular measurement of capacity? Please note down some of the points related to this particular measurement of capacity, which will which will be useful to you to understood further points also. Okay. So it will clear your picture related to the capacity planning. It will clear your picture related to capacity planning. So measurement of capacity. So please note down some of the points out of this particular slide and some of the points from next slide also. Okay, I will give 2 minutes time. Please note down some of the points from this slide. And if you have some doubts, please ask. If you have some problem, if you not understood something, then ask the doubt. You can unmute and you can ask also, or you can mention your question in the chat box also. So many students have joined today only. I request them, please go through study material to understand first 2 chapters. I think so many students having this particular first lecture only, attending first lecture only. We are conducted near about 20 lectures up till now. So go through the study material, you'll understood what you have missed. Okay, have you noted or required more time? Everyone getting what is meant by measurement of capacity? We have to shift. We cannot say that this is the firm methodology to measure the capacity. Okay, to measure the capacity for all the industries. Okay, so it will change according to the industry. In case of a steel plant, it will be different one. In case of automobile unit, it will be different one. In textile mills, it will be different. In case of a cement industry, it will be different. Okay, so the capacity measurement, it will different according to industry. Okay, so if you have tangible product, then in that case it will be different. If you have intangible product, you can say that the internet service will be the intangible product. You can say that the development of a software, it will be an intangible product. So we can't touch or we can't feel that particular product. Such a product we can consider under the intangible products. Okay, we can consider under the intangible products. Okay, so if you say that number of insurance, okay, whether we feel that insurance, okay, or whether we touch our insurance, okay, no, it will not be. Okay, so it is one kind of a service. It is one kind of a service, and it comes under the intangible products. It comes under the intangible product. Okay. Okay. Please mention whether you have finished the write-up uh, related to this slide so that I can move ahead. Please mention in the chat box. So that will be the guideline for me. I'm seeking guidance from your side. Shall we move ahead? Okay. in case of a foundry, it is in the form of a tons of a metal. ओके, फाउंड्रीच्या केसमध्ये कसं असतं, किती टन मेटल तुम्ही कंझ्युम केलेलं आहे ह्या महिन्यात, ओके, किंवा किती टनचं प्रोडक्शन केलेलं आहे ह्या महिन्यात, हे फाउंड्रीचं कॅपॅसिटी असते. ओके, ही फाउंड्रीची कॅपॅसिटी असते. सो इन केस ऑफ फाउंड्री ऑल्सो इट इज डिफरंट वन. ओके, सो मशीनिंगच्या केसमध्ये कसं असणार तुमचं, एखादं एक प्रोडक्ट आहे ते मशीन होतं. ओके, सो मशीनिंगच्या केसमध्ये ते मशीनावर किती युटिलाइज झालेले आहेत त्या बेसिसवरती तुमची कॅपॅसिटी असणार आहे. ओके, मशीनावर किती तास ती मशीन चालते, ओके, त्या बेसिसवरती तुमची कॅपॅसिटी डिपेंड असणार आहे. Okay, shall we move ahead? Have you noted? Okay. So the next point is measures of capacity. How to measure this particular capacity, or the segregation of this particular capacity in different format. Okay, so there are three basic segregation. One is the design capacity, second is a system capacity, or we can say that the effective capacity also, and the third one is the actual capacity. So design capacity means what? Which will be considered as the engineering rate of output of goods or services under normal or full scale operation condition. Okay, so when we are saying that the sugarcane industry capacity is near about 2,500 tons. Okay, so that will be the full scale capacity of that particular sugarcane. Okay, but in actually it will not run to the full scale. In actually it will not run with a full scale because of breakdown, because of the absentee of a worker, or because of the fluctuation of input, in case of a sugarcane industry. So it will not run with a full scale. So design capacity is nothing but what? It is the planned or engineer rate of output of a goods or services under normal or full scale operation condition. ज्यावेळेस एखादी इंडस्ट्री फुल स्केल न चालते त्यावेळेस त्याचं आउटपुट किती असेल. सो इट इज वन काइंड ऑफ अ इमॅजिनरी आउटपुट. इट इज नॉट अ रिअलिस्टिक आउटपुट. ओके, so by considering or by removing all the obstacles which will appear in the production, by removing all such obstacle, what will be the actual capacity, or what will be the capacity of that particular plant, okay, will be considered as a design capacity. So it is also called as the engineered rate of output. Okay, so here one example is provided that a bakery can make 30 custom cakes per day when pushed at a holiday time. Okay, so while using the maximum capacity of a bakery, it can produce the 30 custom cakes. Okay, it will produce the 30 custom cakes. Or another design capacity example we can take as a cement industry can produce 100 tons of cement per day. Okay, let us consider the cement factory can produce 100 tons of cement per day. So that will be the design capacity of that particular plant. Okay, so it is planned or engineered rate of output of goods or services under normal or full scale operating condition. Under full scale operating condition. So I have given the example of sugarcane also. I have given the example of a cement factory also, and I have given the example of, and here one example is mentioned, that is the bakery cakes. Okay, so after pushing at the extreme level, the bakery can produce the 30 custom cakes. Okay, per day. Okay, so that is the design capacity of that particular bakery, or we can say that the ideal capacity of a bakery. Okay, understood what is meant by design capacity? Now the next one is the effective capacity. Okay, what is meant by effective capacity? So now this particular effective capacity will be considered under the realistic condition. Okay, so realistic condition means what? Sometimes there will be product mix. Product mix what means what? On one machine you are producing one component, but we want to stop that particular production and we want to produce the new component. In that case, we have to set up the new method of a production, or we have to set up the new procedure on that particular machine, or we have to set up new die on for the casting purpose. Okay, there are n number of examples for the product mix. Okay, so in such a situation, there are some lead time will be there. Then problems related to quality specification. If you will not achieve the specific quality, then that will be the rejection for the product. So rejection will be considered. Then breakdown in some cases, or in we can see that there will, if there is a machine, then breakdown will happen if you not perform the proper maintenance, or the maintenance time required to that particular machine. Okay, so all such a situation, if you are considered, that will be the realistic condition. That will be the realistic condition. So maximum output rate under normal realistic condition, maximum. Okay, topmost limit of the production, that is nothing but effective capacity. That is nothing but effective capacity, or it is called as a system capacity, or it is called as a system capacity. Now here, with the reference of a previous example, here another example is provided. On the average, this bakery can make 20 custom cakes per day. Okay, on an average, the bakery can produce 20 custom cakes. So sometimes it will be greater than 20, sometimes it will be less than 20. So on an average, it will produce the 20 custom cakes. Okay, so this particular effective capacity can be matched up with the design capacity, no problem. Okay, but it will not be more than design capacity. It will be always less than the design capacity. Okay, so design capacity having the highest capacity. Okay, so effective capacity can match up with the design capacity, or it will be less than the effective capacity, but it will not be more than the design capacity. Okay, getting my point, everyone? So what is meant by design capacity? It is planned or engineered rate of output of goods or services under normal or full scale operation condition. Okay, so maximum output rate under ideal condition. Okay, it is the ideal condition. Then what is meant by effective capacity? So maximum output rate under normal realistic condition. Under normal realistic condition, it is less than design capacity, or at the most equal it because of the limitation of product mix, the quality specification and breakdown. Okay, so this, after considering this problem, what will be the maximum capacity? So that will be considered as a effective capacity. That will be considered as a effective capacity. Getting my point related to the effective capacity and the design capacity, everyone? Now the last one is nothing but what? The actual capacity. So rate of output actually achieved cannot exceed than the effective capacity. Okay, so actually is less than the effective capacity. Okay, so because we always know that the actual is even less because of many factors affecting the output, such as actual demand, downtime due to machine equipment failure, unauthorized absenteeism. Okay, so if you want to run the plant, the employees are most important. Okay, and if any unauthorized absentee will be there, then it will impact on the production system. Absenteeism always impact on the production system. Okay. Then the failure of the machine, then the actual demand. Okay, our production is depends on the demand, product demand in the market. Okay, so if the production demand, the product demand in the market will be reduced, then we have to reduce our production. So fluctuation will affect on the production, and on that basis also, on that basis only we have to run the production. Okay, so these factors will affect on the production, so that our actual production or the actual capacity of a production is less than the effective capacity, is less than the effective capacity. Getting my point about this particular three capacities? Everyone? Everyone? Is there any problem? Okay, so please write down the design capacity. Okay. Up till now, I will take attendance. Attendance, please. Roll number 1.
Yes, sir.
2 absent. 3. Okay. Okay. 2 present. Okay.
Yes,
2. 3. 3. Sonal John. Okay. Marked up present.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Marked present. Okay. 4.
Present, sir.
Okay. 5.
Present, sir.
Okay. 6.
Present, sir.
7.
Yes, sir.
Present.
Okay. 6. Okay. Marked present. 7 marked. Okay. No problem. 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 9. 9 absent. 10.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 11.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 12.
Yes, sir.
13.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 14. 14 absent. 15. 16.
Present,
17. Vaibhav, 16. Okay. 17. 18. 19. 20.
Yes, sir.
Pawan Singh, what is your roll number? Pawan Singh.
19.
Okay. 19. 20. 21.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, mark it up. One part. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. Vaibhav, what is your roll number?
25.
20.
25.
Okay, okay. Mark. 26 absent. 27. 28. 29. 30.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 30 absent. Okay. Design capacity written. Then write down the effective capacity. 31.
Present, sir. 31.
Okay. 32.
31.
Yes, yes. Marked. Chaitanya. Marked your present. 32. 33.
Yes,
34.
sir.
Mahesh. 33.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Marked. 34.
Yes, sir.
Up top. 34.
Yes, sir.
35. After please.
Present, sir.
Okay. Shahid. 35. 36. After please. After
Yes.
please mute yourself. 36. 6 absent. 37.
Yes, sir. 37.
Here 37 Amol. Okay. 38 absent.
Yes, sir.
38
Yes,
Pranil.
sir.
Yes, present. Mark. 39 absent. 40.
Yes, sir.
40 Rohan. Okay. 41.
Yes, sir. Present 41.
Okay. 42 absent. 43. 44.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 44 present. 45. 46.
Yes, sir.
47. Dayanand. 46.
46, sir.
Okay. 47. 48. 49.
Yes, sir.
Vaibhav. 49. Okay. 50.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay. 51.
Yes, sir.
52.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then next one is actual output. Okay. Please note down this actual output also. 53. Ruturaj, I have marked over attendance. Please mute yourself.
Okay, sir. Okay.
53. 54. 55.
Yes, sir.
Pradeep.
54.
Okay. 55. 56.
Yes, sir.
Azam. 56.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 57.
Present.
Which 57? Vijas. Okay.
57.
Okay, mark Vijas. Junaid, what is your roll number?
57.
Okay. And Vijas, what is your roll number?
59.
Okay. So 58 absent. Okay. 59 direct. 60.
Yes, sir.
Girish. 61.
Present, sir.
Okay, Mahesh. 62. 63. 64.
Yes, present.
64 na Sunil? Okay. 65. 66. 67. 68.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanket. 68.
हाँ
I think Sanket, this is your first lecture.
हाँ
काय करत होता इतक्या दिवस?
सांगितलं सर सरांना.
बरं ठीक आहे. 69.
Present, sir.
69. 70.
Yes, sir.
71.
Present.
72. 72 absent. 73.
Present, sir.
74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80.
Yes, sir.
Shutej, I think this is your first lecture.
Yes, sir.
Try to attend all the lectures, okay?
Okay, sir.
81.
Present, sir.
82. 82 absent. Okay. So we'll stop here. I think you have written all the things from this particular slide. Is there any question? Then you can ask, or you can leave the meeting. No problem.